Hi there, this is Tamid Rahim again, and we're back with week 4 of Gauntlet. So this week is our client projects. We have to do 3 client projects in 1 week. And the first one I'm showing off and I'm showing off a bit of the progress for a couple of them actually. And the main one which I chose is the 10x K factor, viral gamified supercharged varsity tutors. So they have a pretty large requirement document. In my opinion, it's the most difficult out of all of the projects given to us, and that's what really drew me into it. So I'm just going to simplify it down, and I'm going to use my first project, call out Canvas, to show you what essentially they're asking for. So essentially, these guys, they have an edu software, right? And maybe it's not growing as fast as they want it to. Maybe it's not growing at all, or whatever it may be. Their K value, their growth value is kind of, they're not happy about it. So what they want us to do is create these viral hooks, saying these methods for essentially encouraging the spread of this software from one user to another. And what they expect is when my AI viral hooks are then attached to this education software, the K value goes from going down, it starts rising up, and hopefully it starts rising up exponentially. They say a K value of 1.2. Anything above a 1 means it's growing, 1.2 is great, right? So that's what my mission is this week. So they gave us a lot of requirements. A lot of requirement means there's a lot of PRs. There's 35 PRs in total. And effectively, I don't want to go through all the requirements one by one. Feel free to pause the video here to see how we're matching them. But we spent a lot of time, 5-6 hours, just planning out how are we going to essentially create these viral hooks for an already existing product, which was my week 2 product, the tutor parent messaging app. So we're going to add viral hooks to that app, and then we're going to showcase off how these AI viral hooks are helping spread this application. One thing I want to point out, my product design goal for this portion is essentially I want to focus on this AI viral hooks not being annoying to the user. If you're constantly asking the user to do stuff, if we're constantly getting the user to it just becomes too obvious, and it's not something we want, and not something anybody wants. You cannot take away from the user experience just to promote growth, or it just doesn't make sense. People just stop using the app. So that's my design goal in mind when I'm developing this. So in 1 day, we have essentially, how do I go about this? We've essentially finished all of these PRs. It's mostly back-end focused, so we still have PRs left, essentially a couple more PRs left, more focused on UI and front-end. How can I essentially show off I'm probably going to cut out the video here and then move to a thing. Okay, so let's take a look at the app itself. So like I mentioned, 80% of the work, actually I would say even 90% of the work, there's only a couple of PRs with front-end stuff on it, is back-end, right? So a lot of it is not as obvious of how it's going. We added in some test links here to make sure that all the back-end stuff is working. Let's give it a try. Rewards test, tutor card. So yeah, it's all working. The share button on this side. It just needs a bit more front-end integration. So orchestrator throttled as needed. The orchestrator is the one which controls it. All the other agents, they asked for 5 agents almost on this side, so we can make sure that they're properly throttled in case they don't go overboard. So that's what it's for. Everything's working on that side. Micro FFB. So let's do the English. I'm ESL, so I'm going to choose the English assessment. Hopefully I pass. Which doesn't is grammatically correct. She doesn't like pizza. For first person, we. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why I'm doing this, so maybe I should be focusing on. Okay, so essentially, but this is a AI generated quiz which kids can take. We still need to implement it fully on that side, connect the front end and the back end, but it's still there, right? And finally, joyful. Great, I get to, I guess I belong in North America. Okay, so effectively, the back end is all working, and now it's just a matter of integrating and making the front end smoothly integrate with the back end. That's what we'll be focusing on for the final submission, and expect an app which will absolutely blow you guys' minds away. And I expect you guys in return to make sure I get that meeting with these clients over here. All right, thank you very much, guys.